Hello and welcome to Tina's Joyful Kitchen. And I'm Tina McDermott, the Lazy Inspirational Chef. And on today's show, we are going to make chicken enchilada soup, super simple in the Instant Pot. And we're going to make some cornbread that's not even cornbread. It's almond flour bread. Some people can't eat corn, and it's just a nice alternative that I decided to make for you today. Let's get the party started. The cornbread's gonna take about the same time as the soup, so let's get the cornbread in the oven. 325, it's already preheating. We get our pan ready, 9x9 little pan, and I've got my parchment paper. I'm gonna spray the bottom of that pan. And remember to make parchment paper a little bit more unruly. Crumple it up and it'll make it a little easier for you to put in the pan. I think I cut it a little small, but that's okay. That's okay. So our pan is ready. Next, always remember, mix the wet, mix the dry. So in the wet for this, we're gonna do 3 eggs at room temperature. Now, watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna crack my egg in a separate container. Why am I cracking my egg in a separate container? Every once in a blue moon, you get a bad egg. Sometimes you get shell in your egg. Calcium, it'll be fine. But this way, if I cracked this egg right into the mix, then I would have lost all the ingredients that are in there. So that's why always crack your eggs in a separate bowl. Yep, and you would smell it right away. You would know that it's a bad egg when you smell it. Okay, now what's next? So liquid, I need 2 teaspoons of some lemon juice, of course, freshly squeezed lemon juice. There we go. We've got some honey. You can use maple syrup if you'd like, but honey is better for this. You're not gonna you don't want your cornbread to taste like maple syrup, so we're gonna use a little bit of honey here. There we go. Tell you, these little silicone spatulas, my favorite. I like them. And you can use melted butter, and in this case I am using butter flavored coconut oil. I love coconut oil. It gets a bad rap, unfortunately, but coconut oil is really good for you. It's antiviral, antimicrobial, antibacterial. I think I say it on every show that I use anything coconut, so it's good for you. Okay, so that's all the wet. Oh no, a half a cup of coconut milk. Half a cup of coconut milk, right from the can, full fat. Full fat, there we go. Okay, that is all of my wet. I'm gonna get my hand blender, hand mixer I meant to say, and mix it all up. You don't wanna overmix, that's enough. Okay, that's enough for now. So now let's get the dry. We have almost 2 cups of almond flour. I think it's 1 3/4 cup of almond flour. We have, the sugar was supposed to go in there. That's coconut sugar. I'll remix that. We've got coconut flour, a little bit of coconut flour. We've got some sea salt. We have some this is baking powder and baking soda. That's all the dry. And good, let's mix this up. Fork, there we go. Okay, going back here, mixing up the sugar. Forgot to do it, it's okay. Remember, I'm lazy. I do things the lazy way. Remember, you don't want to overmix things, okay? You don't have to overmix things. Let's get rid of those. And let's get this going. cornbread is delicious with this soup. And look how easy this is. So easy to get some cornbread and chicken soup on the table for dinner. You can even make this in the morning. Bake the bread, bake the cornbread before you leave. Turn the Instant Pot on, make sure it stays on keep warm, and it'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine till you get home. I think I need this as long as it stays on keep warm. Spread this out. You can alternatively just shake it up, do a little shaky shake. There we go. This is going to get cooked. I'm going to check it in 20 minutes and at 325, but it's probably going to need 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes, but we'll check it in 25 minutes. All right, I'll be right back, and then we're going to make our soup. All right, let's get ready to make some chicken enchilada soup, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to make chicken enchilada soup. I do it in my Instant Pot. You can do this in a crock pot. Here's the difference. If you do it in a crock pot, do not use frozen chicken. So you can use fresh chicken, and you'll cook it for either high 4 hours in the crock pot or low for 8 hours. So once again, keep warm, and you can even cook it the night before if you want and have it for dinner the next day, as long as it's on stay warm, okay? We've got our Instant Pot, and Instant Pot has a lid with this ring. I like to remind you every single time, pull the ring out, wash it thoroughly, make sure it dries completely. When I go to put it away, I put it away like so. And when it's time to use it, I tuck that seal right in that lid, okay? If you don't take this out, mold will accumulate because there's food debris that goes here. So make sure you wash all of these pieces thoroughly. This piece comes off, okay? And make sure you just you can wash this, you can immerse it, just don't put it in the dishwasher. Okay, here we go. Instant Pot, we're gonna start with some chicken breast. You can use boneless chicken thigh if you prefer. These were frozen. So easy. I'm telling you, everything in this recipe is either from the freezer or from a can. This had raw meat on it, so it's going to go right in the sink. What are we doing here? I'm going to get some salt. I'm going to get some of my sea salt, and I'm going to put some sea salt on the top of the chicken there. I don't put a ton of salt in this recipe. Because remember, with salt, you could always add it, but you can't take it away. I just needed to separate the pieces of chicken in there, okay? You can always add it, but you cannot take it away. All right, so now it's just a layering game. That's all this is. I need some chopped onions. There we go. Onion already chopped. Magic. It's wonderful. That's a regular yellow onion. You could use whatever onion you want. I like the yellow onion. They're more pungent and wonderful in this recipe. So we've got that. We've got a can of chopped tomatoes. I'm going to put some broth in here. There's this Better Than Bouillon I really like as a good broth. It's vegetarian, it comes in chicken, beef flavor, whatever you want. I really like this brand, and I know that it's free from MSG. And also, the other thing you can do is bone broth. Bone broth is very high in collagen, so it's good for connective tissue. It's good for your stomach. Really, really nice. Okay, so I want to clean out, let me get that little thing off there, my jar of tomatoes. So I'm just going to use some of the broth to clean that out and put that in there. Before I put the rest of the broth, I want to put my spices. I make my own Mexican spice mix, and this Mexican spice mix has all of the spices that you would want. It's got paprika, cumin, oregano, cayenne pepper, chili pepper. I think it also has chipotle. LJ, can I have the tray of spices, please, that was next to this? So here are all the spices that I have in this. So when you go to make this soup, do you want to open up 20 little jars? No. So, oops, make a mess. Get one jar, put everything in here, and then I know that it's 8 tablespoons for this particular recipe. So here's my tablespoon over here, and what do we have? Chili powder, cumin, And the other thing I do is I get these cans of Chipotles, the whole Chipotle, and I couldn't find them. However, I have Chipotle spice. So I am going to, there's just a little bit left. Look at that. We're just gonna put, Chipotle adds a smoky flavor, and that's what you want in this soup, is a little smoky flavor. You can also use smoked paprika. So there's onion powder, there's chili powder, not nutmeg, there's my nutmeg. I was looking for it. As I said, oregano, garlic powder. You can use fresh garlic if you want, and smoked paprika. So here we go. It's already mixed. Half of it's on my countertop, but oh well. Life is happening. Now, I served this the other day at a big show in Fairfax, and some people were saying it's not spicy enough, and I thought it was more than spicy. So if you want it spicier, add more Chipotles. If you want it less spicy, have less Chipotles. You could also, I have these red peppers, chili peppers that my dad made for me, or he grew them and then dehydrated them. And you could always put a piece of this in there. Where's my knife? Here it is. You could always put a piece of this in there to make it hotter. You choose. You can even do the powdered Chipotle, more powdered Chipotle, more cayenne pepper, whatever you want. So I wanted to put the spice in there before I put the rest of the broth, because in an Instant Pot you want to layer, okay? Now notice I put the chicken in there whole. Why? Because I'm lazy, right? I'm a little lazy and I don't feel like cutting up the chicken while it's raw. When this is done, I'm going to use, I've got these double scissors. I'll go in there and I'll cut them up with the double scissors. Pretty genius. Oh, I almost forgot. I have a can of green chilies. Can't make this soup without the can of green chilies. You can also get tomatoes that have green chilies in them. And, okay, there we go. And on the top of this, I am going to put some zucchini. So let's get our zucchini chopped up. Watch how I'm going to do the zucchini for you. I'm going to score the zucchini. Let's just do halves. Halves are fine. And chop it through. Notice I kept the stem there so that I could hold on to it. Zucchini right on the top. Honestly, if you want to put chopped up broccoli in here, chopped up cauliflower, go for it. I've always made it with the zucchini, and people love this soup. We're having a big Halloween party, and I think I just might make this soup. It's either this or pork. And I think I'm going to make this soup because it's super easy to make. See, I had a little handle there. There we go. Isn't that easy? The only thing that was really fresh was the zucchini. Everything else was out of the freezer or out of a can. Giving it back to Mother Nature like I always do. There we go. There we go. That's it. That's all you have to do for now. Now there's going to be more at the end. We add a can of coconut milk at the end and we serve it with a whole bunch of wonderful things, but we'll do that as soon as this is cooked. For now, this is going to cook for 18 minutes. Just a little reminder when it comes to Instant Pot. The cook time is 18 minutes, right? The cook time is 18 minutes, but it still takes time to come up to pressure. Depending on, if I had frozen chicken in here, it'll take longer to come up to pressure. If it's right from the refrigerator, it'll take a little less time. So time to come up to pressure, the 18 minutes of cook, and then I have to get the steam off, depressurize it. That takes, you can do it natural or you can do it really quick, and I can show you that later. Make sure that the vent is in seal position, and there's a little thing here, and you know, okay? When the pot is fully pressurized, you can't see it right now, but there's a little metal piece right here that pops up and prevents you from opening the lid, okay? Right now it's not pressurized, so I can open the lid, and that is a safety feature to keep you safe. All right, it is on, it's working. This will be done probably, I would say, 35 minutes. Again, you can set it in the morning and keep it on keep warm. Make sure it says keep warm, and then you'll have dinner at night. These Instant Pots can also be used as slow cookers. So if you want to do it slow cooker, but remember what did I say in the beginning? Do not use frozen chicken. It takes way too long to get to a safe temperature, okay? Use regular chicken from the refrigerator, all right? There we have it. We will be right back. Welcome back, welcome back. We are ready to serve, almost ready, not quite, our chicken enchilada soup and our cornbread. Now there's a couple of things I want you to know, and this is really important, okay? I haven't given it time to naturally depressurize. That little metal tab is up. So this lid is locked. It will not come off. Will not come off. I need to depressurize it manually. Do not do it with your hands. And I like to use a cloth over it so that steam burns. I do not want you to hurt yourself. So you're going to get your knife or your spatula and move it over. You see the steam? I can take this off. Okay, you see that? That's fine. But I also don't want a ton of moisture in my house. So I'm just still putting the cloth over it. Don't put anything heavy over it, because if you do, it will blow up. And Instant Pots do not blow up unless you put something heavy on top of, as it's depressurizing. Okay, I'll show you again. There's the steam. It's going to take a minute, maybe 2, to depressurize. Just allow that to happen. While that's depressurizing, let's take a look at the challenged cornbread, or the cornless bread. That's it. And it is gorgeous. All right, so we have our cornless bread, and I'm just going to put that on a plate so that that is ready. How beautiful that is. How beautiful that is. So 2 pieces look good. You could also serve this with corn chips if you can handle corn. Some people can't do corn, so that's why I wanted to show you that cornless bread. And when I do corn, it is always organic, because a lot of corn is genetically modified, and I personally would rather not have that. So it's up to you. I like the blue corn chips. Also, make sure that your chips do not have a lot of seasonings on them, because a lot of chips on the market have a lot of seasonings that are dangerous for your health. Okay, a lot of them. So there's our corn chips. We've got our cornbread. And we're going to finish this soup with some coconut milk, a whole can of coconut milk. So let's get that ready. It's still depressurizing. Let's get that ready. And let me put this over here. And there's a pair of scissors I need to grab. Give me a couple seconds here. Here we go. Got them. These are my double scissors. Remember I told you that the chicken in there is whole? I didn't feel like chopping it up ahead of time because I'm lazy. I'm going to dig in there with these and chop them up. Simple. You can get a cutting board, take them out, chop them up, put them back in. Messy. We do not deserve messy in our lives. You know, I talk a lot about the knives and knife safety. Since I'm not using that knife right now, the blade is facing out, and I'm actually going to cover it because I don't want these scissors to clank up against it, and I want to set those scissors there, because clanking up against scissors and the knife could put dings in the knife, and we do not want that. All right, it has quieted down, and that metal piece has lowered. That means it has completely depressurized, and look at that, the lid can come off. Please still be careful. There's a lot of liquid on the lid, and it will drip out. And the lid is very hot. I just burned my little finger. So when you take the lid off, you're going to twist it, take it off, and then turn in. Did you see how I turned in? I didn't just lift it and willy-nilly moved it over to the side, because there's a lot of liquid that's dripping off. And you can set the lid there if you'd like. Since I've got a lot of things I need to do, I'm going to remove the lid and place it elsewhere. Okay? Let me get a ladle. We need a ladle. And coconut milk. I'm going to put the whole can of coconut milk in there. The coconut milk makes this soup. You can do heavy cream if you want. I like coconut milk. Get my scissors, and I'm going to cut up that chicken that's in there. If you put whole chipotles, careful, you might cut up those whole chipotles and you might get them on your spoon when you're eating your soup. Some people don't like to have a whole chipotle in their mouth or even pieces of the chipotle. I don't mind. The older I get, the more I like. Spicier the better. It's all good. I like it. Almost there. Look at that. As I'm chopping, I'm stirring. Chicken enchilada soup. If you can handle beans, you could put beans in the soup in the beginning. You don't have to. You absolutely don't have to. Now, the beauty of this soup, you can eat it right from the bowl, right? You can eat it right from the bowl, right from the pot. But when you serve this soup, this is the way I want you to serve it. With add-ins. A little bit of cilantro on the top, a little bit of chopped onions. The red onions are the best. A little bit of lime juice. Yes, fresh lime juice, freshly squeezed. And a little bit of cheese right on the top. I think it deserves a little bit more cheese than that. And then you can put a tortilla chip right on the side, or you can serve it with your cornless bread. Actually, I'm just going to put the cornless bread right in the side, right inside there. And that makes me happier. There we go. And it's all about keeping Tina happy because it's Tina's Joyful Kitchen. So there we have it, our cornless bread and our chicken enchilada soup. Super easy, and I hope that you make this any time of the year, but October is one of the best months to make this. Remember, go ahead and download my free guilt-free holidays recipe ebook. I created it just for you so that you can have guilt-free holidays. Lots of fun, easy recipes that you can make for yourself and your family. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Halloween, happy holidays, happy all of it, and until next time, namaste. Bye for now, everyone.